Assalamu alaikum. I'm Zaynab Ansari, and thank you for sending in this follow-up question for Happiness in the Home Forum. A really important question here on what happens when trust is not established, especially in the relationship between oneself and their teenager. So the questioner wants to know what happens when you've got a teenager that says, say, I've prayed, and they haven't, right? And that's something as parents we run into, even with smaller children. They might they become, children are very smart, and they have ways. For example, you might tell your child, go and make wudu, and they run to the bathroom, and they come back out a minute later, and they might have, put some water on the towel, splashed a little bit of water on their arms or feet or whatever, but they didn't actually really fully go through the motions. So children have different reasons for why they kind of come up with these various stratagems. I think when you're dealing with a teenager, though, it's a little bit trickier than when you're dealing with a young child, because with a young child, a younger child, you can sit down and say, hey, look, mommy and dad, I wasn't born yesterday. I know that maybe you didn't make the full wudu. Let's go back in and try that again. With a teenager, you don't want your teenager to feel like you don't trust him or her. So I would definitely not take the approach of being sort of accusatory or kind of like calling them out, right? So you have the issue of prayer. They've said they've prayed, you feel they haven't. Don't call them out. I would say in the beginning, just kind of go with it and see if there's a pattern of they're telling you things where they haven't done what you've asked them to do. And maybe try to dig a little bit deeper. What's going on with them right now? Are they stressed out about something? Do they have a really heavy homework load? Do they seem like dejected about stuff? What kind of, who are their friends? Who are they hanging out with? What's kind of getting them down? And just kind of spend some time with them where you're not focused on the daily routine. This is not to kind of like follow up and see what they're doing or not doing, but you just really want to spend time with them and see how are they doing, right? And make sure that you involve them. If you feel this is an issue, if the prayer has become an issue, try to involve them in group prayer as much as possible. Give them the responsibility, when appropriate, of leading the prayer. Maybe even give them the responsibility of teaching the prayer to a younger sibling. Try to have them take more ownership of the situation, right? But definitely avoid a situation of accusations and finger pointing, because that'll probably just make them kind of withdraw and rebel even more. So may Allah Ta'ala give you success in fostering that relationship of trust with your teen. Thank you.